Welcome to the new Suzuki Hub. This video is to present to you the functionality within your new system and also the processes that you should be taking to ensure that the leads that are delivered to you are actioned and also processed through the sales journey. So you can report back to the brand if the customer has decided to take a test drive appointment and hopefully go on to purchase a vehicle. So first of all, what we'll do is we'll take you through the screen and then we'll start to action some of these leads. So we're in the central leads section at the moment and I'm logged in as a sales manager. We do have another screen open, which is the sales executive view, and I will be toggling back and forth between the two different browser windows. So you can see how it gets allocated to the sales executive and then what the sales executive should do with that lead. So we have our new leads here, which is the screen I'm viewing at the moment. Open leads are customers that have been allocated and accepted and are in that sales journey. Then we've got closed delivered, which is a customer that has purchased and had their handover, and then closed lost, which is a customer that we've accepted, tried to sell them a vehicle, and for whatever reason they've decided that now's not the right time for them to purchase. So we'll go back to our new leads. I'll come on to data submission and reports a little bit later on. So we'll deal with the leads process first of all. So you have some filter types at the top here, so you can filter your leads through. Source channel you can filter through, or you can search by customer name. So what we'll do is we'll start at the bottom and we'll work our way up through the system. So first of all, a customer that has inquired on a test drive request, and we want to have a look at that lead. So if I click onto the info, it actually expands the box and starts to give me information about the customer. So the type, which is private, it could be fleet, Motability, etc. are the customer types. The customer name, the address, the phone number, the email account for the customer, and any campaign information that's pulled through on the lead is generally where the customer might have come from. So maybe a test drive incentive in a national newspaper, for instance, something like that will push the lead through, and or the customer's been onto the website and seen the new vehicle that you've just launched, etc. So you'll get a good idea and a good understanding of why that lead has been delivered to you before you even have to pick up the phone to the customer, which is really useful information. Now we've got the accept button here and we've got reject. Okay, so if I click the reject, it actually gives me some reasons as to why I might want to take that customer out of the process. So if a customer's been in the previous day and looked at a vehicle and then maybe gone online and registered that test drive, you might already have the customer on the go and not needing to load him again. So you would put lead already in progress. Okay, so there's your different reasons for rejection. So what I'll do is I will mark this customer lead already in progress and save. Okay, so that's that lead has been passed out of the system. The next one is a vehicle quote request. So this one I will push this through to closed lost. Okay, so I'm going to accept that lead. Okay, and I'm going to allocate that to the sales executive, which I think so just refreshing the page. So now I'm logged in as the sales executive. So you can see the open lead here. So as a sales executive, I can click on info and I can see all the information about the lead that's been passed to me as a salesperson. The log section here is to show when the lead was delivered, when it was accepted, and this lead history will start to expand as we go through this process. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through to activity, and we're going to create the inquiry. So it's a new vehicle. We'll say it's on a Swift. Don't know the reg number yet. And we've got an appointment for the customer, and they're actually coming in We'll put they're coming in later today, 12 o'clock. And we're going to book that for an hour's appointment. They haven't had a test drive, we haven't given them figures yet, and it's not a lost sale yet. So confirm that. So if I now go back to the log, you can start to see how it's starting to expand and give more information. Obviously, as we progress this through, this lead history section will grow and grow and grow, and date and timestamp everything that you do within that customer record. So let's say the customer comes in and he says he's not quite ready to do anything yet, so we're going to mark that as a lost sale. We have many different reasons for lost sale, so we're actually going to say with this customer, he's a long-term prospect because he's not ready to do anything right away, so we're going to mark him for, we're going to put in the notes that customer would like to wait for another 6 months before proceeding. Confirm. Okay, so now no open leads. So if I go back into the Sales Manager login and refresh that page, I should have a closed lost, which is there. So we can still review that. We can go into the log of that closed lost and we can see why it was lost sold here. Okay, so back into our open leads, our new leads, sorry. So the next one is, we'll take this one, Mr. Verity, test drive request. Okay, so we're going to accept that and we're going to pass that into the sales executive again. So I'm now going to go across as the sales executive and refresh the page, and you'll see one open lead for Mr. Verity. There it is down there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to push this one through a bit further. So create a new vehicle inquiry. It's on a, we're going to go for a, well, we can have a look at the log, see if we've got any information on the, sorry, bear with, Swift Sport. We have an appointment for a telephone appointment, and we're going to give them a call again later today, 1 o'clock. Confirm. So the log is now starting to gather momentum. Back into activity. So we're now going to say that the customer has booked to come in for a test drive after that phone call. So he's now taken a test drive, and again we're going to pop a date into there. So we'll say it's just a little bit later on today. Okay, after the test drive we've given him some figures, and you can now see a new section which is sale made. So we're going to say that the customer has, so I've contacted him by phone, he's come in and done a test drive, I've given him the figures, he's decided to purchase. It says, is the vehicle new? Yes. It's on a Swift Sport, don't know the registration number yet, and handover will come back to in a moment. So I'm going to confirm that. So you can now see the log is going to expand quite significantly. So we've now got the telephone appointment I showed you earlier, the test drive, and the offer was presented, and we're now just going to mark that for a delivery. So handover completed, yes. Handover date is today, confirm. So that will then go into my closed delivered. So open leads is 0, closed delivered is there, which is Mr. Verity. And again, clicking onto the log, we've now got some really good information about the processes and the time between the lead being delivered and the lead being closed into a successful sale. So there's our Swift Sport, all the details on here. So it's always useful to be able to track back and be able to see that. So again, refresh my page. Closed delivered is now 2, which is Mr. Verity is in here. Okay. So there's one new lead left, which we can progress through if we need to be. You do also have a tick box at the top there, which if you click onto the highest tick box, you can allocate all the leads in one go. which makes it a little bit quicker. So if you've come in the morning and you've got multiple leads to allocate, and you want to allocate all them to one person, then you can do that in just a couple of clicks rather than do it one by one. Next is data submission. So here we ask for information about your telephone, your incoming telephone inquiries and your walk-ins. Obviously we're tracking what you're doing with your digital leads because of the process we've just shown you. So this is for all other inquiries that you load. Now you can see it's in weekly intervals. So you need to start to obviously try and keep this up to date every week, because otherwise you're going to have to be backfilling previous weeks, and sometimes the data might be harder to find. It's very simple. All we're asking for is how many inquiries you've had on the Ignis, how many demos have you done out of those inquiries, and how many cars have you sold. Same on the Jimny. So all we're going to do is I'm just going to go through this process here and mark that I've had some test drives, etc. Actually, we'll put a sale in there because that's the one we just did. So SX4 Cross. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to update these three. So if I just go into this next one, so you can see my previous week, okay, records here. So we're going to say that we've had 6 inquiries on that, and you can now start to see how far behind the previous week I am by looking at the minus figure just here, and it will start to expand as we go through. So 3, 2. Okay, so up here you can see that I'm 17 inquiries over the previous week, but I'm 7 test drives down and 12 orders down on the previous week. So you can keep a track, and then this will feed into, when I go into the reporting section, you'll start to see some nice graphics as well as to how you can use this information when you're maybe doing your sales meetings or one-to-one reviews with your sales executives. Okay, right, so into the reports. So I'm going to jump straight to the walk-in report because that's what we've just completed. So if I just roll this backwards to, let's go back to there, so about 3 weeks worth of data. So we can see how many inquiries, demos and orders we've had on each model. If I then click onto this small graphic here, it actually expands that and gives me a nice bar graph where I can see the inquiries, the demos, the orders on each of the vehicles. Okay, so quite useful to have that available as an export as well. So if I just show you that. So if you wanted to keep record of each week submission report, then you can obviously keep it on your hard drive on your computer. So let's just show you this. Okay, so we've got some nice conversion rates in here. So you've got inquiry to demo conversion rate, demo to order. So we've got inquiry to demo, demo to order, and then you've got inquiry to order there. So you can go from that one to that one here. So when you have your Suzuki regional business account manager coming round, they might be able to share some stats that your peers might be achieving, just so you can give yourself some benchmarking numbers to pitch yourself against something to target yourself towards. The lead timing report is quite a detailed report of each inquiry that's come in through the lead hub. So the ID, when it was delivered, that it's been accepted, who it was allocated to, what date and time it was allocated, etc. Models of interest, and the campaign IDs. Again, can be exported if required. And then you have a lead summary report, which is basically a much more dumbed down version of the detail. So we've just got how many leads, how many of those have been allocated, how many of those have been rejected, etc. Test drives, offers going forwards. So if I just roll that back, just to show us a little bit more information in there. So 13 leads, 3 appointments, 2 test drives, 2 sales, 2 handovers, 1 lost opportunity. So it shows the leads that I've actually just created as inquiries as well. So hopefully that all makes perfect sense. You can see it's quite a simple system to use, and good luck to all of you with your new digital leads process. Thank you very much.